Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to tie this fly. Well, not this fly but a new one. This one is chewed up by fish. It had a lot of, it caught me a lot of fish, Linnet trouts here in China. It's amazing trout catcher and grayling catcher. It's a general caddis imitation and it's quite easy to tie. Now let's just hop into tying, and first I will tell you about materials. I got sort of criticized by some viewers that I'm not listing materials, so I'm gonna list them now. For the tail, well, hotspot here, it's orange rusty brown squirrel. For the body, I made my own dubbing, CDC squirrel and some UV flash dubbing. Oops. For the wings, I'm using elk with the curved hairs, just the one I have. It's not that I want curved hairs. And for the thread, I'm using A30 Wisp. I think it's the same thread as sheer. They have the same spool, same color, same strength, everything is the same. I just think that those, I don't know, they're somehow the same. I don't know. And that's it. Hook is size 14. And it's sort of the MCO 103, but this one is Chinese version. There is no brand, but the MCO is more than good. So instead of doing the reverse jump hitch where the thread will go towards the eye, I will start regular classic, nothing new here for most of you, with enough room for the head here. Flat thread is not a must, but it's preferable, because this fly is not a delicate fly, so you don't need to pay attention so much to making it less bulky. I'm using maybe 1.5 centimeters of this orange rusty dubbing, just creating and going slightly into the bend, creating sort of a hot spot. I'll add a little bit more, just to make it more visible, more prominent here. And yeah, that's it. Now the dubbing here, you can see it's like loose, because I just took it out of a coffee grinder to make it more loose, to make it easier to dub. I just want it loosely around the thread, so I'm not making tight dubbing noodle, just a loose dubbing noodle. And the reason is I want to comb it out when I wrap it around the hook shank. That's why you need to use relatively strong thread, because you need to cinch down onto your, while you are doing this. So because I'm cinching down, I'm trapping some of the hairs and securing them well. Leave enough room for the head, and that's it. One more rep. Yeah, that should be plenty. Okay, I'll add a couple of more reps here. Just if I touch it somehow, I don't want my thread to jump out. Now comb it out now, and you will see the reason why I left dubbing so loose. It looks very buggy at this point, and believe it or not, I used flies like this, literally like this, to catch fish before. Now I will remove those wraps now, all of them. Okay, and I will take elk. Depending on how strong water is where you usually fish, depends how much elk you will use. But when you're cutting it from the pelt, just take slightly more than you actually need. Good thing is to see those tips. If you think those tips are enough, then cut like that, but you will see that butt ends are much thicker, and that is because of the underfur and short hairs that you're not grabbing by the tips here. As you can see, those short hairs, I'm gonna just grab the tips here to remove a lot of things here, and there is some more to remove. Now I'll just And now I'll take it with my Velcro. By doing this, you are cleaning the mess that's preventing hair from stacking properly. Now, if I stack it like so, you will see that all those hairs are going all the directions, and this is almost impossible to do. So just take those butt ends and go from the opposite side, feed the stacker. Do stacking by an angle. You can see what I'm doing here. Because you're stacking the tips and you are stacking the hairs, they're not going to be loose like so, but they're going to be stacked together a little bit better. Wayne Llewellyn has the best video on the internet how to stack hair properly, and I would suggest you highly to do that. Now, as you can see, tips are perfectly aligned, but they're like going in various directions. What you should do is like rotate everything a little bit, and let me see what I did. I need to stack it again. I may have a little bit more than I want here. Let me see. Slightly more, that's right. And because I removed it from the stacker, I'm gonna cut those butt ends to stack it even better, because there is less resistance like this. Now I can feed it from any side I want, obviously. Curved hair is a little bit more difficult to stack than straight hairs, but if you know how to manipulate the curvature, which I don't know perfectly, but okay, I did it. I rotated, and now the curved ends are going where I want them to go, as you can see. So what I will do, I will just align like so, a little bit like here, hold the hair firmly, spin the thread counterclockwise so it jumps into my hand, make 1, 2 very loose wraps, and then again pull almost to the breaking point, and then go through the hair here. 1, 2, and end. Now I'll do whip finish with my hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, need to cut. Okay, tighten the knot. Cut it. I'll try to take everything from the first take, and this looks good. I want to cut everything together. Done. Now you can see there are a couple of hairs that run away from me, but more or less all the hairs are curving the same direction. The wing is nice. Everything, like all the wing, is above the hook shank, which is very important. We want body to lay very low on the surface, because low laying flies are usually much better fish catchers than high riding flies. So because we have those butt ends over here, they're very well secured, like you can pull like crazy, and you will not pull out. You may break, or fish can cut those hairs, but you will never ever pull them out. As you can see, the whole quantity of the butt ends is still here under the knot. So this would be general caddis pattern. I would suggest you to make it in some let's say again general size. Just use it in some average size of the insect, or slightly smaller than you can see flying around your river right at the time of fishing. So why I like caddis flies more than mayflies is they can grow rather large, and they're like present in all kinds of waters, and it's just amazing. October caddis, fishing October caddis, which is like quite large one, can be very rewarding, especially if you stay late, almost at night. And that would be it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and see you next week.